It's time for Nutrition Weekly, brought to you by our good friends over at United Supermarkets. I'm Chad Hasty, and with me today, corporate dietitian for the United family of stores, it's Brenda Duby. Hey, Brenda.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Well, remember that we are into National Nutrition Month right now. And I mentioned last week that we were going to talk about some myths.
Yeah.
And, one of the myths we talk about is that beef isn't maybe good for you. And, we're beef-loving Texans, so most people really want to enjoy it anyways. And listen, it can be part of a really great diet. We have learned a lot, as have the ranchers, and they work really hard to make sure that they're bringing the best product to you. In a serving of beef, you have about 10 essential nutrients in there, and it can be a great source, especially it's a really good source of some of our B vitamins, B12 and B6 to be specific. Huh. And as far as iron goes, it's a really good source. It's one of the most, what we call bioavailable. In other words, it's the easiest form of iron for your body to absorb. One of the easiest. Iron's a little bit hard for our bodies to absorb. Doesn't mean you can't get it from other sources. It just means that beef can be a part of that in there. And then, of course, you have your leaner cuts. And I mentioned this again last week, that any item with the word loin or round usually are your leaner cuts. Think about that you might eat more frequently, and then you enjoy your ribeye or your prime rib, less frequently, maybe a special occasion along the way.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And so you don't have to stay away from beef, which is good.
Right.
And look for the leaner cuts. Leaner cuts are always better.
Yeah, and make sure that you're also pairing it with some good healthy items, like a great salad, some good vegetables or something, because sometimes it's the company we keep and the amount that we eat. So,
yeah, absolutely. And go back to last week's video, and you can get even more great tips for National Nutrition Month. That's it for Nutrition Weekly.